check for stumping. Please give me your best side on angle, please.
Come in. I sit, me and him, we sit. Come in, I'll do it. Yeah. Come in. Come in. Come in.
This one I can do?
No, that's not.
Can you go to run off, please?
The run off. That's me the run off.
That's all.
Okay.
Yeah. Right, come over.
Box on right. Play straight. Play straight.
What? So the green shield?
Where else thing?
Thing on Tropicana.
Tropicana?
Let's play. Right ball.
Yes. Good morning. Welcome to beautiful Las Vegas. Beautiful sunshine. Despite some rain we had this morning, a little bit of rain, some parts of the island, but certainly Las Vegas do looks a picture. The sun is shining brightly, and it all makes for what should be an interesting game today. The news I can tell you that the Windwards has won the toss and elected to field. We are in the process of the first over. We'll take this opportunity just to give you the teams, the Windwards team. We have Jason Joseph, Nayan Davis, Dylan John, Darwin Lewis, Aaron St. Clair. This ball is played down to backward point. The fielder comes off the third man boundary, and he picked, and that's the first run. We just give you some more info on that. For Jaden Bristol, we have Aaron St. Clair, Human Patel, Holman, Daniel, Nick and Justin, actually Patel, one of the reserves, Ahmed Williams and Kevin Francis. That's the Windwards 13. As I take the opportunity to welcome Rondell John this morning. Rondell, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, and let me say good morning to those viewing this stream. It's good to be here.
We're just looking at bowler number 45 coming from the road end, and that ball hit on the pad there. As Trinidad taking first strike this morning, being sent into bat by the Windward Islands. This one is stroked nicely down to mid-off. The fielder having to run around, so not a single. Certainly, Rondell, the condition looked beautiful despite the rain we had around this morning.
Yeah, very much so. The Lasajas outfield looks really green and lush, and so it does make for good, interesting cricket. The sun is out, and definitely we're hoping for a good day of cricket.
A bit of a lift there outside the off stump. The batsman really made no attempt to play. Cristiano Bihari, Davis Guerra. We had Ishan Deposad, just a bit of the Trinidad team. We have Kavid Catro, Creature Morgu, Kill Thomas, Larrell, Jespi. Naomi Mongu, and yeah, just we continue in a while, but we see the first wicket being lost. Trinidad and Tobago losing their first wicket.
Yeah, this delivery from the bowler just seemed to have gotten through. He went down trying to slug sweep, but it seemed that it got through his defense, and he was bowled. Good strike for the Windwards. They would feel happy.
Yes, certainly they pick up the first wicket, and we would have seen, as been seen in the as we look at the replay there. Yeah, but slightly, probably just went across a bit too much, and it does look as probably would have really hit the leg stump. So Windwards making a good start, picking up the first wicket this morning.
Yeah, definitely they would feel happy with that early strike. It's really good to see these youngsters. We're talking here on the 13 cricket. I mean, these are the youngest age, that you would really get this sort of competitive cricket going. And so it's good to see these youngsters out there. I think what would make a lot of difference in terms of what you would see is the maturity of some of these youngsters.
Well, I do believe it's a step in the right direction. When you look at now, we has the under 13 cricket being here. I think, as far as I can remember, probably for the first time we have any sort of tournament of this nature under 13s. So we do have the under 13s, we have the under 15s, we have the under 17s, we have the under 19. We also have the under 23, which tells me that the structure is really good in terms of the progression. I think what is important is for us to, work on these structures to make sure that is function. As we about to look at the second over. Yeah, I do believe, Rondell, that the structure looks pretty good, and this is what you want for development. This is what you want. And now it's a matter of making that structure work, which would be very important. As number 21, we'll probably just get the name right. in a while. Ball outside the off stump, and again, no shot offered. Yeah, but just going back to what has happened, and one have to give a lot of credit to I think the Windwards board, who would have really made the decision to start something at the under 13 level. And this team today comprised of players from the 4 islands. And we certainly would be placed in a position now where we can monitor, where we can move from the under 13 to the under 15. Really is a good platform for development.
Yeah, well, talent identification is always very important, and when you have tournaments like these, you have matches like these, they just tend to, you know, expose some of the youngsters, their ability. You can keep an eye on them as they move through the different levels. Really good.
Again, one must give again credit to the ground staff. Again, wicket. I don't know if you had a chance to look at it, but look pretty good. These 2 teams would have played a T20 game yesterday, so really that they have been, you know, the environment is there for training and the development, and certainly speaks good for the future.
Good, the good shot there by the youngster, getting into his wicket and just pulling that one through back or a square for 4. Trying to get the number for you.
Yeah, short delivery, and he was really into good position. No one back on the backward square boundary, and he really cleared that backward square leg very easily. Good confident shot.
Yeah, good delivery again, left.
Yeah. And that's the end of the 2nd over.
Yeah, so as we say, it's good environment for cricket. We have some youngsters who are more or less looking to showcase what they've learned at the very early level, on the 13s.
Into the 3rd over, push ball. This delivery push back along the wicket, and there's no run. Just trying to get the name of the bowler. He's in his 2nd over, 2nd delivery. Goes down the leg side again. Umpire Afia Campbell just signal wide, so 1 more. And yeah, seem to be Patel coming from that road end in his 2nd over. Ball played beautifully. The cover fielder coming around and make a good stop. That's a good time in there. Stroke nicely termed. That goes right through the field at mid of the, and they're going to run close to the boundary. Not going to get there. Let's see. Just stop it just inside the boundary. Come back for 2 runs. Good confident shot. Just on Joseph. Right fast. It's about medium pace. Ball over pitch and stroke beautifully through mid off.
Yeah, good confidence shot there by that youngster. And we still trying to just assert the names. Again, good line, good length. It's good to see the level of control that so far we've seen from the bowlers. To see that this is on the 13 cricket, I think I've seen some really good control in terms of the two bowlers on display so far. Again, another delivery down the leg side.
Yeah, and Joseph, they just train a little bit. I guess looking for some extra pace. And that ball going down the leg side. We are into the third over.
So it seems it's Guerrera on strike, Davis Guerrera. He will be sporting number 12. Yeah, left-handed batter.
Again, good length bowling by Joseph. Not trying to do too much there. And the batsman, they're just having to come forward and push it out. So he completes his second over. Does look a good prospect is Joseph.
Yeah, he does look like one for the future. He seems to have a decent bit of pace and able to, control his deliveries really well. So you definitely will want to keep an eye on a youngster like this.
Yeah, most definitely. And I mean, under 13, probably he might just be around 12 or maybe just 13. But do seem to have really good control. He has bowled 2 overs so far. And outside of the 2 deliveries that went down the leg side, certainly he really looks the part. We're looking at the 4th over. The score is 12 for 1. Trinidad again. This sliding down the leg side. We give you the name of that bowler. Just a while as we try and get used to all the players. It's 12 for 1, Trinidad and Tobago.
So it's in
good line outside the off stump.
Amon Williams, that's the bowler from the pavilion end.
So Williams in his second over. And he's bowling right arm around the wicket. Again, pitching good length. Good line just outside the off stump. And good testing delivery. It's allowed to go through. He's bowling to 2 slips. Again, very good line, but lovely short play to the cover. Bit heavy. It's just a bit heavy on the offside there. He only picked up a single. But good shot.
Yeah, that was a really good shot. And I think what was even better is the fact that he found the gap and he did hit it all along the ground. So it says that the execution of the shot really is something that he can be confident about.
Well, we did see him in the last over stroke really through the offside. Actually hit one that went through the mid-off fielder, but really seemed to be a really good time over the ball, stroking it nicely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really, really good to see. You look at that last delivery and you see how the youngster would just follow the ball and just guide it down to third man. It says something about his confidence. It says something about what he has learned and the way he's executing, and it's really brilliant to see.
Yeah, in full control. I think he got into really good position and played it down to that third man region. 14 for 1 in over number 4. Beautiful delivery. Pitch and really left him there. A superb delivery. Ball there.
Yeah, Williams just hitting good length. Got the ball just to, bounce a bit. Batter did really well not to get an edge there.
Yeah, he's very consistent with his line, off stump and just outside the off stump in that area of uncertainty. And that was a beautiful delivery. Again, the line remains same, just about off stump, and it's encouraging to see a youngster just keeping a consistent line. Yeah, just off stump. I think every delivery ball in this particular over was off stump. The batsman had to play the last 2 deliveries that he bowled, which are 2 really good deliveries, and they were just outside the off stump. So he completed second over, in my view, which was a really good over. It's 14 for 1.
Yeah, really good display of talent so far. These youngsters, again, we have to mention it. They're just about 11, 12, possibly 13. And to have that level of confidence, that level of control in terms of their gameplay, it does say a lot for the development of our cricket.
Again, as Joseph continued, ball pushed back along the wicket. Joseph in his third over.
And it's the left-handed Guerrera. He's on strike. Oh, that's the right-hander. So that's Mongoor.
Off the edge, and just seemed to be put down in second slip there. We probably have a look at it here, but just comes off the edge and went to the second slip fielder.
Yeah, definitely seems like a chance that has gone down. It struck the fielder on the boot.
Yeah, went down a bit too late. Again, Joseph continued to bowl really well, and the batsman, they're looking to drive.
Yeah, Mongoor just looking to get bat onto ball. He has been stroking it pretty well so far. Again, good line and keeping the batsman in check. And really, again, we have to, just say how good Joseph has been. And I think the batters, they've been equal to the task, just the same.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that the opening bowlers of the Windwards, they look pretty consistent, very accurate. They don't seem to be straying too much. As we speak, this is the first one. It's just pretty wide off the up. Again, we've seen it even move further away. But I think by and large, we're into the 5th over, and I think the consistency in terms of the line, you are seeing that the focus, the concentrate, just to make the batsman play. And I think, with all fairness, both batters also look the part in that they seem to be getting into good position. Again, beautiful delivery. Just in that arc where he looked as though he could drive, and that ball just moved away. Really, really good delivery.
Yeah, again, getting some good movement using the conditions. We know that last just is a wicket that you get a bit of swing. Once you can swing it around, it does swing for a while. And so, so far he has done well to exploit the conditions.
Again, really good line, and again he completed another good over. And I must say that it's after 5 overs, the score We make it 15.
16 for
16 for 1 after 5 overs. And had been a good start to this series of matches today.
Yeah, really a good start. It's good to see what is on display. I think we have to feel happy. Both territories, Trinidad and Grenada, will be happy with what they, not just Grenada, but the Windwards, sorry, will have to feel happy with what they've displayed so far. It leaves a lot, you know, to the organizers in terms of what you do next with these youngsters, because you've seen quite a few of really good talented players so far with these few overs that we've seen.
Yes, it's encouraging to what we have seen this morning. I mean, the batters, the bowlers, I think is a lot of encouragement in terms of what we have seen. So Bok is on 5, and he'll face 15 deliveries, and he's going to be facing up to this one is hit just over mid-wicket. Going to run very close to the boundary. Now goes over the rope, and that's 4 runs to Bok.
Yeah, good looking shot there from Bok. Just moving to the line of the ball and lifting it there. There was no doubt that he wanted it over the infield, and he got it, the desired result. 4 more runs to his total.
It's 20 for 1. Ball is driven again firmly down to that mid-off fielder. Really striking the ball really beautifully. It does look a good picture.
Yeah, it does. It really does look good.
Yeah, then in total control, just push it back, really look the part.
Yeah, I love to see the confidence that Burke is displaying. He seems to know exactly what he wants to do.
So Williams hits straight, lovely shot. This going to run not a very good stop by the fielder long after, but pretty good shot. Just seemed to be a slow delay, but he got into position and hit it straight. I think the beauty in terms of the position he got himself in, as we look at the replay there, yeah, and he really intended to hit it straight and picked up another 2. He moves to 11, 22 for 1. Again, this one just staying down a bit, but we are seeing more, begin to show more and more confident, really striking the ball well. Spoke.
Yeah, I think a good confidence shot. What we as I was saying, he seems to be that batsman that knows his game and is backing himself, hitting nicely through the line of the deliveries once it's pitched up.
Yeah, this is a bit wide. I think what is important, what we are seeing is, a good sign of the bowlers that they are keeping a line one side of the wicket, not really straying too much down the leg side and outside the off stump, but they seem to be pretty consistent in terms of the line they bowl. In the air, down to mid-on, and he takes a catch again. Good wicket there. Probably, it seems as though, as we look at the replay there, maybe slow delivery, and he's coming forward and really was beaten there and played down to mid-on. And the fielder mid-on. They're juggling with it a bit, but taking it on the second attempt. And a good blow struck by the Windwards.
Yeah, really good comeback there for Williams. He has, I don't know if he saw something about Burke and the ability to play the ball that is straighter, but this time he slowed it up and he was able to get him playing a false shot, just making contact a little too early and really not having the sort of control that we've seen that he had before. So really kudos goes to Williams in terms of how he set up this wicket.
Yeah, good thinking by these youngsters. I think this is second slow ball we would have seen. Really good thinking, and you could see that Buck had to, as he reached, he was really too early into the shot and couldn't get any power, couldn't get any placement, and they hit it down to mid-on, but really sensible bowling. So the completion of 6 overs, 23 for 2, Trinidad. Remember, there was asked to take first strike, and so far we have seen the Windwards bowlers giving a good account of themselves this morning.
Yeah, really, they have done well in terms of restricting the scoring. They've bowled more or less one side of the wicket. You had the odd wide here and there. Not much to speak about in terms of wide, but we continue to see how well they have controlled the way that they bowled, and resulting in two early wickets.
So Joseph, I think, would be in his fourth over. Again, a bit on the wide side.
Yeah, Joseph doing well. He's been involved in everything that has happened here so far this morning. He got the first wicket bowled. He took the catch a while ago, and now he's back. So he's really in the game this morning. Looking at him, I definitely see the potential for some development. You look at, he's more really trying to keep control, but you look at a youngster like that, and the fact that he still can bend the back and really put some more effort, with good training and the continuity in terms of his progression. It will be nice to see him really get some pace behind him and develop through the ranks.
Well, at this stage, I think the sign that we are seeing looks pretty good. At this stage, what I like about him is that his run-up, yes, they probably maybe a little bit more to do with his run-up, but generally, I think at this stage, one would feel really encouraged with what they are seeing in terms of his run-up and his accuracy in terms of his line, consistency. All those, look at, even though sometimes you will get it a little bit on wide, but the thing about it, he seemed to have the ability to just continue to bowl one side of the wicket, which is so important. I think one of the toughest things you will find is to have your youngsters being able to bowl line, and we have seen that. I think in both bowlers, they have been really more consistent off stump and just outside. Another beautiful delivery. Key in his line. He looks as a player that will go really, really far. Even what he's doing at this stage, one would expect. He'll go on under 15, under 17, go right up.
Yeah, definitely someone to keep your eyes on as he approaches again. Just getting that ball just to move away from the batter slightly.
Yes, superb delivery. Really, really superb delivery there. And the batsman had to play. He really looked, as though it was in a position, but moved out really late, and just outside of the outside edge.
Again, gets this time, getting the edge. No third man, it will roll over the boundary rope. So, fortuitous boundary. Joseph will feel hard done. He's bowled well. He's put the ball in really good areas. Unfortunately, he was not able to get anything worthy of rejoicing. I more or less went down to the boundary for 4, but good start for him. Batter will feel happy to move his score on to 9. That's Nitrum Mongu. So he's on 9. Badly line delivery again. This time going down the leg side.
Yeah, and we probably would have seen a little frustration there from Nitrum Mongu. He was beaten with the first deliveries, and that line continued. And you could see him looking to make a shot, trying to hit a cross, and they just take the edge. Went over, slipped down to that third man, vacant third man for 4.
Again, just straight down the leg side.
And one would think probably, he would take a rest after this over. You see, you step the first through over, tiredness begin to come in. It's going down the leg side. So we've seen 2 Mongrel. We don't know if there's brothers, or maybe we could find out there might be some relationship somewhere.
It's Kishav Mongrel, and he's the captain. This time this one just on the body and getting in line, getting inside of it and pushing it to the vacant backward square. Picking up an easy single, so the Mongrel boys, they're out there looking to reposition the Trinidad on the 13s. They've lost 2 early wickets. We're at the end of the 7th over. So they would want to consolidate a bit to really set themselves a new target and begin to work again from there.
Yeah, this pair would want to really consolidate. So far we have seen that Nitrum Mongu has shown the ability. He has quite a great deal of ability in terms of stroking the ball, and they would want to set a sort of foundation. The Windwards being able to pick up a wicket in the last over at 32 for 2 after 7 overs. Again, the ball just being tossed to the umpire. Maybe we having a look at it. But Williams also in his 4th over. So we had, we have first of all the 4 overs bowled by Joseph. And Williams.
So right there you saw the breakdown, just giving you a quick repositioning of what's going on. Trinidad and Tobago under 13, they are in bat. 7 overs completed so far. The score 32 for 2. And we must say that it has been good going for the Windwards. They will feel happy. Just reminding you, this series of matches between the Windwards under 13 and the Trinidad under 13, you have 3 40-over matches. Definitely, so far they've started on a good note, the Windwards. But what we've seen from the young TNT batters, we've seen some confidence, we've seen some good stroke play. We've seen that these youngsters, they tend to know what they want to do in the middle. Some level of maturity has been shown so far, and I think everyone viewing this stream will agree that it's a good foundation for West Indies cricket.
Yeah, it's pleasing to see. The first 7 overs of this game, you're not missing any cricket. There just seem to be one of the players just seem to be coming out with some sort of injury. That's seemed to be the keeper, and we've seen someone as part of the keep. The physio there just holding him, coming up sort of gingerly, not sure what's the situation, but we certainly will find out, give you some update on that. But going back to the point here, Rondell, in that what we have seen this morning, we see, even at this under 13 stage, we see some sense of maturity in terms of what has happened this morning. I was very encouraged with the quality of the bowling, even the batting. they look pretty good. I mean, you look at the shots that have been played, especially drive by who it was, the first, second wicket that we lost there. Just get his name for you, Bok. He looked pretty promising, played some really, really good shots. And again was out to the guile of the bowler. With a slower delivery, he was out caught in mid-on. But you have to see that what you saw this morning encourages you at this level.
Yeah, it really does. You want to make sure that at least this level, this is the learning stage for most of these youngsters, and it tells you that they have learnt well. To be able to display that out in the middle, it says that they have learnt well, and they're gonna, really be youngsters that you need to keep your eyes on.
Yeah, this is the sort of foundation we want, and I know that the organizers should be pleased in terms of what they have seen so far. Williams in his fourth over so far had none for 15. Or should be 1 for 15?
Yeah.
Should be
1
should
for
be 1 for 15. With Bog being caught at mid-on. And he comes over the wicket to bowl to Mongo, and I guess we know how to Rondell get them by the first name. And that's Nichum Mongru.
Yeah, Nityam Mongru, that's the number 66. And Kishav Mongru, he is sporting number 78.
Williams came down the leg side. This one goes wide down the leg side. The fielder comes off the long leg boundary. So that's 2 more added to the score, 34.
Okay, so it seems to be Saint Hilaire with the gloves on. Replacing keeper in Darwin Lewis. Darwin, we saw him leave the field. Not too certain what's the nature of the injury or what has caused him to be out, but we will keep you updated.
So William comes around the wicket to the left-hander. Ball pushed to mid-wicket, and he gonna wide mid-on, pick up another single. That's Kishav Mongru. Yeah, he's actually off the mark.
So Williams in his fourth over. Again.
Driven. Good shot, hit down to good walk there. Ball struck really well and picked up in the covers there. Again, it was good running. You play that sort of shot that you always want to run. But you could see that they are tuned to what is happening and really made the right decision not to even try to get a single there. Okay, outside the off stump, it's 30. Make it should be 34. Good shot, really good shot, Dave. Played by Nichum Mongu. Driven again, came to cover. Really climbed into this one. Stroke it. This again, it seemed to be a slow ball that he picked up and hit to cover.
Yeah, he just had to wait on it and really try to get the gap. Unfortunately, he couldn't. But good control by Williams. Okay, and just honing in onto the stumps. Munger doing really well to keep this one out. You can't I think you saw that this one came back at him a bit, and so definitely some good signs.
Yeah, not only came back but stayed down a bit. But he was equal to it, came out the middle of the bat and went to backward point. So that completes the 8th over. Williams in his 4 overs, none for 18. It was 35 for 2, Trinidad and Tobago. The sun continues to shine really brightly here at Lassages.
So we see a change in the bowling. It's going to be Jean-Claude Emmanuel. He's going to take it up from the road end. So we'll want to continue to keep the bowling tight. 35 for 2 after 8 overs are not a bad position to be in at all.
Yeah, pretty good start. I think it's 40 overs per side. And good start.
Oh yeah, really good start there, getting that one to move away from the batter of the left-handed Mongrou. And so that's Keshav Mongrou. So that's how we would tell the difference. Keshav is the left-hander, while Nityam is the right-handed batter. So really good start there for Jean-Claude. Oh, good lifting delivery from Emmanuel, just getting that one to move around a bit. Again, what was good is that the line that he delivered that ball to was really a testing line for Keshav.
Yeah, it does seem to have some pace also. They continue to bowl a really good line. It's coming right time around the wicket.
Ooh. Yeah, really good display of fast bowling from Emmanuel. He seems to be showing the level of control that we've seen from the pieces that have been on display so far. Just getting some lift.
Yeah, a little bit hard done by that ball pitch wide there. Pitch on a really good length, lifted and moved away. But again, the line of the bowlers are really encouraging. 36 for 2.
Again, just going outside the edge of the batter and really has done some really outstanding work so far in his first over. Coming in and just settling into a nice, decent line and length. Yeah, asking a lot of questions of the batter.
Yeah, putting some doubt in Nityam in mind. Not so keen to get across. You could see him there. Just seemed to be searching. This one is driven down to mid-off in the air, and this a little bit of slow movement by the mid-off fielder there. He was able to pick up a run there. But this one could have easily gone down to the mid-off fielder, and he really completes a very good over, his first over.
Yeah, really good over there by Emmanuel. He kept it tight. The fielders not really as sharp as you wanted. giving away a pretty easy single. But so far the display has been one that I think everyone viewing will be happy to see the display of under 13 players from both the Windward Islands and Trinidad and Tobago in this the Windwards Trinidad series. So let's just look at a rundown quickly of what has happened so far. 9 overs, we have 37 for 2. A Buck, he went for 21. Mongru, he's out there on 10. That's Nitya Mongru. Kishav Mongru, he's also out there on 2 from 7. And you have Deepasad, he went for only 1. The bowling for the Windwards, Joseph 1, picking up 1 for 16. Williams 1 for 18. And we just saw Emmanuel, Jean-Claude Emmanuel bowling a really tight over, going for only 2.
Yeah, good session. First 9 overs, 37 for 2, and one would want to think it's pretty even. Winners having picked up 2 important wickets. I mean, I love to see the batting of Buck. It really impressed me quite a bit. It's a big wicket. But again, we see in both Mongo, both players seem to look the part. And they would need to bat. They would need to bat on if they're going to give this sort of a score that they will want to really to be competitive. But one has to also speak about Emmanuel, his first over going for 2 runs. Does seem to have some pace. Again, he continued to keep a good line ball, some really good deliveries to the left-hander. Just pitching and leaving him outside the off stump. And that tells you have the ability to do quite a bit with the ball for right-hander to be coming around the wicket and being able to get the ball to leave the left-hander. It tells you that, you have to know something about bowling. Really.
Yeah, it does speak about the maturity of these youngsters at this age, which is, as we keep saying, it's under 13. So you're talking about possibly 10, 11, 12. So it does speak volumes for the programs that have been in place in these territories to get these youngsters to be displaying this type of ability.
Well, I know that Dominica do have a program on the under 13. I don't know about the others, but I could speak about Dominica. They normally would have a under 13 team. I think goes to one of the islands in the Leewards. I think probably might be St. Kitts, but they do have that program been going over the years. I don't know if it's continuing, but this is where a number of the young players who would have ended up playing for Dominica under 15, and some of them went on to play for the under 19. So I think they could speak about players blossoming from the under 15 level, under 13 level in this program that they had. I think it was a program they had yearly, run by the ministry. So I think if one could take a page, one would certainly you would expect that you would see some form of development. I think one of the things, Rondell, maybe, and we would try to do that later on, is to try to identify the players in terms of the territory they comes from. I'm not sure if Emmanuel songs as a name from St. Lucia, we would verify, or Dominica, but this is one of the things we would want to, we certainly would want to verify, as we go further into the game. So 9 overs is completed. 37 for 2. We are about to restart, as we see.
So it's going to be number 59, and that's Dylan John.
We see Dylan John for the first time. He's going to bowl from the pavilion end.
Yeah.
And again, right arm around the wicket.
That's Dylan John. He's from Dominica. And Jean-Claude Emmanuel, I think he's from St. Lucia.
Yeah, that certainly sounds certainly a St. Lucia name. A lot of Emmanuel in St. Lucia.
Again, Getting that ball to move away. Just needs to get a little bit closer to the batter. But so far, he's kept it outside the off stump. And just to give you a preview of the players from the Windwards, Joshua Joseph, he's from Dominica. Nyan Davis, he also from Dominica. Dylan John, Dominica. As he's in again, John, just getting that ball to move away. Doing really well so far. Good line, good length.
Yeah, you probably just need to bring it a little bit closer to the batsman. Again, the ability to move that ball coming around the wicket. That one pitching just outside the off stump, going a little bit wider. You'll want the batsman to play.
Again, movement away from the batter. Really had him searching for that one.
Yeah, that's the sort of line. Yeah, really good one. That left him. As we look at the field, there's still 2 slips. Third man, right back on the boundary, a point. Cover extra, cover mid-off. So heavily packed offside field. Again, you've seen really consistent movement. As we look at just a little bit on the overcast side, no threat of rain, you know, but really good condition for swing bowling.
Yeah, you really good conditions. You have a nice breeze that would help the bowlers to move the ball around.
Yeah, well bowled, superb delivery. This one was a closer one, and you could see the batsman Mongru did that. That's
Keshav, the left-hander.
Keshav, the left-hander. Been a little difficulty, obviously. Was not sure, but was able to keep it out.
Tell you what, I think the movement, he pitched that one on the stump, and that movement seemed to have turned him around a bit. Really good single taken there. Only 2 fielders on the leg side, and played with soft hands and was able to rotate the strike there. Keshav Mongru.
Yeah, and what you found is that he keep bringing it close, straight at the stump, and give him some challenge. So we have a Rondell after a few remarks. First 10 overs being bowled, 38 for 2. After a few remarks from Rondell. Okay, we'll just hold on maybe take the next over, and we hear the voice of Jason Skeet. But 38 for 2, we have 10 overs completed. And John going for 2 in his first over. Encouraging signs we are seeing from him.
Yeah, again, as we keep saying, the bowlers on display in terms of the medium pacers, they really have been, spot on. They know what they're about. You can see that they are consistent. As we see John coming in.
Stroke nicely down to mid-off.
John looking good. The batters again from the Trinidad team, they really look the part. Mongru just stroking that one nicely and taking a quick single.
So he moves on. It's 3 from 13 deliveries. So 40 for 2. And over number 11, Emmanuel in his second over.
Again, good line. Keeping the batsman in check. Not really giving away anything. I think the Windwards players will want to keep that sort of chirpiness that we're hearing. I think they've done well, and they need to, just continue with that sort of confidence. Well played, really lovely delivery. Really, that was a beautiful shot. He got into position and just lifted it over backward square and down to the boundary for 4 runs. That's a beautiful shot. That's a shot of a batter who knows what he's about.
Yes, superb shot. I think what was really evident is that he really got into good position. And as the ball was shortish in length and lifted, he was inside of it. in no danger and place it nicely over a backward square with a great deal of confidence. And it really rushes down to the backward square boundary for 4. But good, really good confident shot way there.
Yeah, and that's Nitiom Mongu looking really good. Again, looking to open the face of the bat, and it tells you that, look, that youngster, he has a level of confidence that he knows what he's about, and he's willing to just put on display, you know, the skills and the ability that he has.
Yeah, really impressed by the quality of the batters from Trinidad and Tobago. They all look really good. This one in perfect position. Everything in order played out on the offside there. Looks really, really good.
Yeah, we think if this is the way this game has started, we can certainly look forward to some very entertaining cricket for the next 29 overs. Swinging this one, they're thinking about 2. Fielder doing really well to come around and to get that ball in as quickly as he did. But trust me, he definitely the batters out there, they're looking to regroup. You can see that they want to get the scoreboard moving, and so they're doing all that they need to do to really get a score for their team.
Yeah, and probably could have been 2 runs, but I think they ran the first one pretty slow. But again, the informed Nitiom Mongu again is into the strike. He's on 15 from 27 deliveries. Really has shown really good, great promise. Striking the ball well, getting into good position. And he's going to face up to over number 12, John, in his second over. Again, heavily packed offside field, 2 slips. This is short third man. Now he's going right back. Point cover, extra cover, and a long off in place. So really, just 2 fielders on the onside. Start ball right up in the block hole, push out to that shot mid-on. So again, Roland, it speaks to a lot of control in terms of what we see here is a 7-2 field. So it speaks to really good control in an effort to be able to bowl a field set that way. And really that speaks volume. Now the long off is now up to mid-off, and he continues to bowl around the wicket. So it takes a lot to come in around the wicket just to keep that line outside the off, so not to straight down the leg side. Leg side, they only have a mid-on and a short backward square. So a lot of room on the leg side. But we haven't been seeing balls going through mid-wicket on the leg sides. It speaks a lot about the control of the bowlers.
Yeah, it really does.
Hit this one is go down to that long leg area and goes for 4. And maybe we speak a little bit. This one is closer to the stop. And Mongo there just looking to help it. I think he probably was looking at it a little bit more square. And as we see the replay there, it just was straining a little bit. Looking at it a little bit more square, but get it down to long leg for 4.
Yeah, tell you what, the movement from the bowler, I think this is what really got that shot to look so good, because he was able to play with the movement of the delivery and just help it along its way.
And now he's coming over the wicket. I think in the first place, this is where I think he should look to bowl. Again, strain down the leg side there. I see the umpire is going to signal wide, 2 wides. Grace on 19. So 51 for 2. Trinidad and Tobago being sent in the bat. No, the left-hander comes into strike. No extra fielder on the leg side, so 6-3 field. Ball push back to the bowler.
Again, just looking there, John, to keep it wicket to wicket. He's really trying to get that the batter to play to that ball that would leave the left-hander. So he needs to just get it a little closer, middle and off, and get it to leave. That would be the ideal delivery.
Yeah, I think that's a line he should be looking for. And as we see this ball again moving, quite away. I'm thinking maybe because of the amount of movement that he have been getting, if he came around the wicket really to help to cut down on some of the movements.
So it's John continuing from the pavilion end. Again, getting that one to just move away from Keshav Mongru. Definitely, that's the area that he wants to be consistently. Really, this would challenge the batter to respond. And hopefully, he can get a breakthrough before this partnership gets too dominant.
Yeah, and that was well played. In control, push it on to mid-on. The fielder being a bit deep, so all the time in the world to pick up another single. That's Keshav Mongru. And his score moves to 5. It's 52 for 2. And this pair is really looking to consolidate as we have 12 completed over. Certainly they will want to bat as long as possible.
Yeah, really doing a good repair job so far. The Mongru boys. I think they've really weathered some good bowling from the Windwards pieces. They would want to continue to be solid, continue to rotate the strike, ensure that they get their team into a position of victory here today. But Windwards have really been good. They've stuck to their task, and I think they would want to restrict maybe the Trinidad and Tobago team to maybe just about a 120, 125 thereabout within their 40 overs.
Yeah, certainly they would want to limit that score. Just playing each delivery on merit, and they seem not to be trying anything rash. We see in this Trinidad and Tobago team who has players from Tobago, Cuba, all over Santa Cruz, all over Trinidad, so Pinal. So this is encouraging. We be able to get these young players. Lovely shot as he waited on this one and played down to backward point. And again, the timing, position, really timing that ball well. So he picked up 2 more.
Yeah, I tell you what, he got his hands through that one really nicely and was able to pierce the gap there and pick up 2 quite easy runs. Again, we must mention these 2 really doing well to reposition the Trinidad on the 13s.
54 for 2 in over number 13. Just to let you know, these 2 young gentlemen are cousins.
Yeah, so the cricket seemed to be in the family.
Yeah, Keshav Mongru and Nitya Mongru.
Again, a wide delivery there by Emmanuel. as we've been saying, they have shown some good control, the Windwards. Coming again and just beating the outside edge. Had the batsman driving there. Unfortunately for him, he didn't get a nick onto it, but really, again, we have to mention how well they have bowled.
Yeah. They have bowled well. They have been consistent. At under 13 age, you would expect one of the things you tend to see is that the bowlers, in particular, a lot of wides down the left side, way outside the off stump. But we are not seeing that. They really have been consistent in terms of the line and also length. Unfortunate leg before there, and again, this one just staying down a bit as he picked up the length, looking to pull there. And Monroe was hit in front. And certainly umpire Campbell had no difficulty in upholding that decision.
Yeah, really, the preferred method would have been to come forward to that one. I think he noticed that it was a bit shorter, right, really, but it was on the stump, and I think he tried to play a shot going across the delivery, missing completely and being struck definitely plumb in front. So a good breakthrough for the Windwards. This was a partnership that was building, and it would have been concerning for them, but they responded well, getting that breakthrough, and so they will be looking forward to just continuing to pick up wickets at key intervals to restrict the TNT scoring.
Yeah, little unfortunate here. He picked up the length, and that's one really stayed down a bit. And he was quickly looking for the pull shot, which really was on. But the ball staying down really didn't give him much of a chance. Just rushed in and hit him in front. Good blow struck, 55 for 3. This pair did look really good.
Yeah, the Mongrel boys, they looked really well. And so we have a new batter coming to the crease. That's Thomas. Cahill Thomas, left-handed batter. Really getting off the mark nicely, just turning that on. Fielder just a bit slow in terms of getting to release that one, and batters were quick enough to get 2. But a good shot by Cahill, getting inside and just pushing it to that vacant square leg region, picking up 2 easy runs.
Yeah, good positive start. He was quickly into the wicket and played that through mid-wicket. Again, it does seem, just by the first delivery, he seemed to be a busy player. And he was able to come back quickly for 257 for 3. We had 13 completed overs. Again, Rondell just a bit on overcast, so just a bit to our right.
Yeah, it does seem like the weather is changing. We have a bit of a breeze, a stiff breeze blowing across the ground. Nothing really to worry over as yet.
More movements, the ball coming in, but just seem to get some bat on this one. But we would have seen quite a bit of movement from really all the bowlers.
Yeah, the bowlers, I think the key here is that they've pitched the ball in good areas where you can allow the ball to swing, and they've been threatening once they pitch it in these areas. So it's John to continue, and he's coming in from as we look at the monitors there, quite a overcast view of the Petit Esperance Mountains. John in again, inside edge, Ball just seemed to be moving in a bit to Mongrel. Really not negotiating it, the swing too well. Fortunate for him, the inside edge saved him.
Yeah, with the ball moving around a bit, it takes some skill to negotiate. Certainly, it's a challenge for these under 13 players, but they have done well. They've really done well.
And Mongrel goes looking to pull that one through the square leg region and succeeding in getting the leading edge, and the keeper takes a catch off his own bowling. So Mongrel, Nitrium Mongrel, who has looked really well, perishes.
But it's interesting there, he looked to play with the tide. He was bringing the ball into him and he was looking to play with the tide. And this one just seemed to straighten, seemed as though he was going the other way. Took the outside edge of the bat and just went in the simple catch to the bowler. But credit to the bowler. After bringing the ball in consistently, able to get this one to move just a bit away from the batsman. And I think that really helped him. But he played a good inning of 19, looked pretty good. Certainly, 4 fours. Did play a good hand.
Yeah, really good outstanding knock from him. Yeah, will feel hard done. He's been playing that shot really well so far within his innings. Fortunately for him, he got the leading edge and not really getting into the sort of position that we saw him get into earlier, and he perishes. So John will be happy picking up his first wicket, and definitely another breakthrough for the Windward Islands under 13.
Yes, good bowling, really good bowling by John. Getting this one to straighten a bit. And Mongrel looking to play with the tide.
So the new batter in. Sanjay Baku. He's number 7. Again, we see that movement just coming back into the right-hander. So John using the conditions well. Nice breeze blowing across the ground, and so he's able to just push that ball across and back into the left-handed batter.
Ooh, beautiful delivery.
That one going through the batter and beating the keeper. A really good delivery. Buys a signal by the umpire, but really a good delivery.
I really was able to extract some bungs there, and it really got the keeper by surprise. Probably got him quicker than he expected. Seemed to have burst through the gloves.
Yeah, really. Sintele will want to make sure that he keeps the ball in his gloves. You do not want to be dropping, some of these batters, because it can hurt you. Tell you, catches win matches. So they will want to make sure that they take every opportunity, every catch presented to them.
Another good delivery in the air, just short of the mid-on fielder there, and they will eventually get an overthrow as they look for a run out there. Again, good bowling by John. Actually, John Dominican. He's one of the Dominicans, and really look good. He rushes to the crease pretty quickly, and does have that ability to move the ball both ways. Good over by John.
Yeah, another good over for the Windward on the 13s. They have been keeping it tight, keeping it pretty steady. picking up some key wickets. From here on in, the Trinidad and Tobago under 13s, they would need a partnership of magnitude to really get them back on course. I think they have been pegged back quite a bit by the bowling of the Windward Island Pacers.
Yeah, and as we see, Thomas seemed to be an attacking player, really aggressive player. This was, again, good length and movement by Emmanuel there. And Thomas looking for the big drive, making no contact. Again, the ball moving away from him.
Yeah, really good areas, good searching areas from the bowlers. Just asking them to come at the ball a bit. Play away from the body. That's the one lifting and really a good shy at the stump there by the fielder. Keeper not really picking it up as he should. One shot being signaled there by the umpire. So a lot happening in these few deliveries so far.
Yeah, the keeper there. It's a makeshift keeper, not the first keeper. But left-handed Thomas really look an aggressive player. He has 4 from 4 deliveries so far. Played this one nicely down to third man. Again, bad miss by the fielder coming off the third man boundary. Went through him for 4. That really a bad miss there, and that looked like John, who is in that position, went through him, and Thomas picked up his first boundary, 64 for 4, and over number 15. Thomas on 8, Bashu not yet off the mark. Joseph picking up 1 for 21 so far.
Again, you see Thomas just looking to get behind that delivery and really he will have some challenge with the ball that is moving. The way that he's looking to go after the deliveries. He needs to be careful here. He wants to play on merit. Don't really want to go searching, for anything outside the off stump too wide. But so far he has looked good. He has been aggressive. And definitely will be one of the batters that the Windward Islands will be concerned if he remains out there. Again, and that delivery, just looking to square him up a bit. With that movement going across him, he was looking to get inside, but that one just moving away from him a bit. Got the outside edge. Good bowling by Joseph. By Emmanuel, that is. So another wide to the total.
Take out that straight. Just try it. Bye-bye.
Again, looking to guide that one. Not really.
Yeah, good lifting delivery by Emmanuel. Just shows that he do have some pace and really get this shot of length delivery lifting and play down to third man at the end of that over. Joseph so far has picked up 1 for 22. We have 15 completed over, 65 for 4. And the Windwards, just pegging away.
So So it's going to be John continuing from the pavilion end, and he will want to make amends for that mistake that he had in terms of rushing onto a ball that he shouldn't. So I know he will feel that he needs to get his team back into a position. Again, starting good start to it. Direct hit, but the batter seemed to be in. So good running by the pair of Thomas and Bashu. .65 for 4. We're in over number 16. So for the 24 overs remaining. Now I'm just starting a bit too wide and not really getting the time to move into the batter. So again, we give kudos to the youngsters on display. They've really shown some good skills, some good maturity. Full delivery. Not really capitalized on. Good fielding by John. But definitely John wants to settle. He doesn't seem to be as settled as he was in his previous 2 overs, and will want to just settle back down a bit and really try to keep that ball swinging for as often as possible, as long as possible. Good delivery, good shot. Clipped him through the mid-wicket region. Able to complete just one. But again, we have to mention how skillful these batters look. They seem to have the variety in terms of the shots and know what shot to play. We've not really seen them play anything out of what is necessary.
Yeah, ball pitched up on the pad and played it really smoothly through mid-wicket and picked up one. Yeah, John, they looking to bowl a slower delivery, and I think that he just probably slipped from it, went down the leg side. And yeah, picked up, let's see what signal, wide signal. So Tumut score 71 for 4. And John Joseph, Jason Joseph would have shown has tremendous pace. He actually the captain of the Windwards team. And certainly look the part. He actually played for the Windwards under 15. So what we have seen this morning tells you that really he would have played at probably a level a little higher, and has shown that in his bowling.
Yeah, so experience, being out there in the middle, I think that's the best way you can get experience and get confidence, to showcase your skills. And so playing at the under 15 level, it means that he knows what he's about.
So actually these two players, both John and Joseph, both from Dominica, would have played maybe at a higher level. And certainly that would have been seen in the performance here today. Joseph, Jason Joseph, no John. John seemed to be a hard worker. You could see the aggression that he shows as he completes his over. He has 1 for 16. It's really shown that he has a lot of aggression in his bowling. Comes off pretty quick off the wicket.
Yeah, he looks as someone who sets standards for his gameplay. And I mean, if you have it at this level, where you can set a standard and you can, really be known for something outstanding, then as much as possible you want to display that. And I think they've done so far. They've displayed the level of confidence and maturity that they have at this level.
Yeah.
Use this instead of heat the man, just send this.
Yeah, I just want to shout out this morning Thomas Kentish, one of our really seasoned player, one of our players who would have done so well for the Windwards at all levels. I know that he's following the cricket this morning, so Thomas, we just want to say a hello to you this morning. Player that have done so much for Windwards cricket. Student of the game, and really continues to follow our Windwards cricket all around the region.
Yeah, really, when you have persons who have played at the upper level and still have that keen interest, it says that they might be willing to pass on to some of these youngsters, and so it does help when you have persons like these around and following the cricket even at the age group level.
Yeah, certainly these are the sort of players that would have played the game really for the love of it and continues hit down too long off, and again not getting hold of it. Emmanuel just pitching this one up a bit. Again, seem to be some variation in that, probably a little bit slower. And Thomas, in that aggressive nature in which he plays, looking to hit down to mid-off. Just played it down one bounce to the fielder at mid-off.
Yeah, I think it was a really good shot. He saw that the fielder was closer to the boundary, so he didn't really try to hit it too hard, just went through the line of the delivery, lifting it over the bowler's head, and a safe run. Again, just tucking that one around to John, who is at the wide fine leg region. Certainly Thomas is a busybody. You look at him and you look at, he's just enjoying the bowlers running at him.
Yeah, most definitely. I guess these players coming out of Dominica would have done a lot of work with some of these players who would have played before. See, we've seen it in Joseph, and sometimes you can look at players on the field and it tells you, something about them in terms of the way they plays.
Yeah, the more you spend time at the wicket, you spend time playing this game, the more confidence you have, and confidence certainly is key in cricket. The minute you're not confident, you tend to see yourselves making, what we would call academic mistakes. And so the more confident you can be overconfident, but you need to have that sort of confidence where you can back yourself to repeat, your skill.
73 for 4, 17 overs completed. Emmanuel has so far picked up 1 for 15. Thomas on 10. He has faced 15 deliveries, and Bashu is on 2. He would have faced 7 deliveries so far. Trinidad and Tobago asked to take first knock by the Windwards after a 17 over. Mongu, he had 19 from 32. Bork 11 from 21. Thomas, as I said, 10 from 15. And Mongu 7 from 23. Joseph 1 for 22. Williams 1 for 18. Emmanuel 1 for 15. And John 1 for 16. So really the wicket has spread out in terms of each of the bowlers that were bowled today picking up 1 wicket.
Yeah, each of them rewarded for their efforts. and we will look to see what the others can do. At this age, you want to make sure that you manage these players. Their workload has to be of a certain amount of overs and so on. And so it does mean that you will have some changes. The change bowlers, they need to really keep it tight from what the Pacers have done. So we're definitely going to see a change from the pavilion end. And it's number 45. Seems to be an off spinner. And that is Jashawn Joseph. That's 40. Let's see if we could get the number now. That seems to be Patel. Patel, that seems to be Umair Patel, second 45, right? So it's Umair Patel bowling from the pavilion end. Good throw, direct hit, and he seems to be out. A really good, outstanding fielding there by Kelmon Daniel. Colon Daniel, that is. Colon Daniel with a direct hit, but definitely short of his ground. And Windwards will be happy to see the back. I think that is Thomas. No? Okay, so yeah, Thomas is still out there. So that's Bashu. Bashu is out. Run out via direct hit. He was nowhere in the picture.
Well, I thought that he actually moved a bit slow. He played the shot. He played the ball is in front of him, and it did seem as though he was not rushing to take the single. And the fielder came in quickly, and the direct throw, we just had him short of his ground there. But good work by the fielder. Patel, off spinner. This is one of the Grenadians that is on the squad. And they started seemingly giving the ball quite a bit of flight. And the ball was pushed on to mid-off. 73 for 5 in the 18th over. Yes, Patel now going to go around the wicket to the left-handed Bihari. A lot of movements on the field.
Yeah, these guys looking pretty busy out there. And I think this is where the test would come for them. The 40 over format does call for a bit of endurance. Good powerful shot. Straight to the man there at mid-on.
Yeah, good stop by John there. Just hit really firmly.
So one out to the sweeper. Again, good field placing there by Captain Davis. Really commanding his troops well. And so an over off spin being completed there by Patel. He went for just one. So that's pretty good control again, keeping the pressure. look at the 18 overs that have been completed, Trinidad and Tobago will feel that they are in a good position where they can, just build on this and maybe capitalize on the final 20 overs. But so far they've been pegged back as very often by the Windward Island bowlers.
Yeah, and one has to give credit to the bowler. I think they bowl well. It's not as we saw from most of the batters from Trinidad and Tobago. It looks good. Technically look good, really stroking the ball well. One has to give some credit really to the bowlers. And this Davis,
yeah.
It seemed to be googly first up there. Seemed to just pitch outside the off someone. And have a look at him. Davis. Right arm around.
Again, good flight and just getting that ball to land in a good area, extracting a bit of bounce. And what I like about him so far, from what I've seen, the two deliveries, he is not going through too quickly. Good loop.
And Davis again, Dominican, actually the vice captain. Really interesting bowler there. Right arm coming around the wicket. Ball into one slip.
Again, asking the batter to really generate whatever momentum that he may need to get that ball away from the field. And so I like the pace at which his deliveries are coming. Bad miss there. Fielder not taking into account the spin of the delivery. Giving away a pretty easy single. But so far, Davis has started well. Continuing the good work of the bowlers from the Windward Islands under 13. So we're in the 19th over. It's 77 for 5. Delivery, and so as I was saying, the endurance of these players at this stage will tell a lot in terms of the results of this game.
Yeah, most definitely, and having to play 40 overs. I mean, and the sun is pretty hot, despite we had little atmospheric condition really, but having to play 40 overs, as you go down to 20 to 30, you would require obviously more stamina out there. So far, the Windwards is doing well, and this is where you generally get the breakdown when they play in these games. The longer you go into the tournament, it will cause you to show your skill level in terms of your fitness. And that will certainly tell these young players playing the longer version of the game. But I would think that some of them that probably would be used to it. We have the few Dominicans who have played at the Windward level, so they will be used to it. So far, they all seem to be keeping up pretty well. The bowling has been impressive. Likewise, the batting, 78 for 5. I think Trinidad and Tobago will certainly be looking to probably get a 140 if they can. Make it competitive. But this is runs on the board already. And they would look to push on.
Yeah, they will want to push on to at least a score of 150. I think that would be a challenge in total, as The umpire signals wide. Will be a pretty challenging over the outfield on. Does have some heavy areas. So as I was saying, there's just a bit of a lapse in concentration there by the field, and as I was saying, they will need to concentrate for this entire 40 overs. You know, and that is where the difference would come. But so far, we've seen some good cricket. Good.
Yeah, I agree with you. These lapses, we have seen a few just lately. We see John missing one of Wintrim, and we see some couple simple misfield. Again, the concentration need to maintain that as they go further into the game.
Yeah, Patel so far looking to keep that ball on the wicket. Outside the stump, no real pace for the batter to guide it away from the fielder. So if they can keep this sort of pressure, definitely the batters will look to do something different. Again, settling into a good line. Yeah, looking to live that one, but yeah, again, as we say, they have to keep your concentration and your endurance to just repeat these actions is what would make a difference.
Yeah, well, we've seen that in the last 2 overs. We've probably seen 1, 2, 3, 4 deliveries that would have gone through field. And John again just allowing on ball to go through him and giving the batsman 2 runs. So again, they just need to keep that concentration. I think they would have bowled well. They have kept it very tight. Picked up some 5 wickets, but need to keep the pressure on. And certainly the sort of misses that you are seeing, you know, this is something you want to avoid. But as you say, as it goes longer, you call for a lot more to really concentrate. But after 20 overs, 82 for 5, Trinidad and Tobago being sent into bat after the Windwards won the toss. And they have lost 5 wickets for 82 runs.
Yeah, well, we're at the halfway stage, so if the Trinidad and Tobago batters 5 wickets down, half of their side is down. If they continue at the rate that they've started, it means that they would get some 160 odd, which would make for a good total.
The interesting Davis, given a lot of air, ball hit through mid-wicket, is going to go down to the boundary. And for giving a lot of air, and Bihari just came forward and hit it through a vacant mid-wicket. As we look at the leg side field, just 3 players on the leg side. And that one really played nicely through that region for 4.
Yeah, really badly lined delivery there, just straying a bit on the legs, and the field not really set for that delivery on the line of the leg stump, giving away an easy boundary.
86 for 5. Davis.
Again, an observation that I have made with the youngsters in the field from the Windward Islands. They tend to take a little time to assess where the ball is. You know, they're not really rushing to get behind the ball. You know, you look at that youngster feeling it there. He took his time before he really darted in, and that would give the opponents an easy single. So they have to be alert and aware of what is happening, the fact that they want the easy single and be able to respond and respond quickly.
Davis giving the deliveries quite a bit of air. Toss up again. And play to slip again. Yeah, pressure just beginning to tell a bit on the fielders.
Yeah, definitely the fielders, they're going to be feeling the pressure.
Over.
Yeah, definitely. Right, and so we've come to the completion of the over. Davis.
After 21 overs, 86 for 5, and after a few comments from Rondell, Jason Skeet is going to take over from me.
So 86 for 5, 21 overs gone. We've gone past the halfway mark. And so TNT 86 for 5, 19 from Mongru, Nitrium Mongru. Thomas, he's there. He's on 14 from 28 deliveries. Buck, we've seen Buck come and Buck go. He scored a quick fire 11 from 21 deliveries. Keshav Mongru, he was out for 7. And so far, the 4 pacers from the Windward Islands, they each had 1 wicket. It's going to be Patel. Continuing. Patel, the Grenadian on the Windwards team. He's continuing. I should say one of the Grenadians, because I think the standing keeper, that's Saint Hilaire, is also from Grenada.
Keep up.
Again, good stroke. Just pushing it out to the man there at wide long off. Looking pretty good there, Bihari. He moves on to 6 from 8 deliveries. Score pushes up to 87 for 5 as I welcome Jason Skeet.
Good morning, Clyde, and good morning to everyone around the region in support of these young budding cricketers. We have the under 13 level, the inaugural series between these 2 West Indian cricketing nations, if I can call them that, the Windward Islands and the Trinidad and Tobago sub-nations. There's a loud appeal, and immediately he's given out. So immediately, this has happened on so many occasions, and I don't want to say it, but Clyde Rondell John will probably tell you about it. It was always dipping, and the batsman, of course, head in the air, well, looking to play it square of the wicket over mid-wicket region, really, when he should have been playing straight. And his eyes lit up. Now he rehearses the proper stroke, but too little too late. Umpire Manwarin raises the finger, and he's headed back to the pavilion.
Yeah, really a good breakthrough there for the Windwards. Looking to really get after that one. I think the pressure was built up by the bowlers, where they haven't given away anything. And so a shot was being manufactured there by Bihari.
I think he should have just come forward. It was a ball that you just had to keep out more than anything else, and he got trapped in his wicket, and there was no doubt by the umpire at all. The umpire was almost onto it in a flash, very purposeful in it. And so now Guerra would come to the wicket from Trinidad and Tobago. That's Davis Guerra. He's from the village of Santa Cruz in Trinidad and Tobago. If he has anything to do with following in the footsteps. Brian Lara is from Santa Cruz. Dwayne and Darren Bravo, they're from Santa Cruz as well. So if Davis Guerra has anything to show in his name before he starts his innings, is because he is from Upper Santa Cruz. So maybe that might work in his favor. We'll see how that goes. In the meantime, his compatriot is there. That's Thomas. Thomas is there on 15. He's faced 29 deliveries for his 15. He's been relatively slow in this format of the game, but he's been there. And how much more can Cale Thomas produce? These young Trinidadians look very purposeful. I saw them coming in this morning and warming up, and they looked particularly purposeful even in their warm-up, and I think that sort of set the tone for them moving forward and going outside there onto the field. A lot of these games are won even before the first ball is bowled in many instances, and as a result of that, how you approach the game would have a lot to do with it. Fellow commentator Stevenson Worm was big on reiterating those comments.
Yeah, definitely. The confidence that you show has to follow you around. You tend to, move with your confidence, and wherever you go, your confidence goes, and it does help you to really get over, the tough times that cricket may bring. We spoke about it. The Windwards, they've started well, but they would need to be confident. They would need to make sure, that they continue to be purposeful, as you mentioned, in terms of keeping the pressure onto these batters.
That's Joseph on top there now with the ball. He's wearing number 45. That's
Patel.
What's Patel? Oh, Patel is wearing number 45.
Yeah.
All right, so the person that we have listed as number 45 here is... Well, there are two number 45s. Doesn't get any more confusing than that. So this is Patel.
Keeper. Easy.
Again, as I said, I've seen the two spinners, and what they're generous about is that flight. You can see them giving that ball a bit of loop, and you're asking the batters to look up. So it does need some sort of circumspect playing of these deliveries. Again, flighted. Just getting it past the man there at wide third man. Pick up two easy runs. Patel will want to keep it tight. He's picked up his first wicket. Picking up his first wicket in this over, and so he will be happy.
So the Trinidadians going on at just about 4 and smidgen per over in this first of 3 competitive encounters. There was a warm-up game yesterday, and Trinidad and Tobago, of course, winning that warm-up match. It was only 20 overs, and it was highly competitive in terms of the scores that they got and what was required and how Trinidad and Tobago got to those runs. But it shows that these two teams are evenly matched, so to speak, in terms of talent. But demeanor, of course, will play a significant role.
Yeah,
the Windward Islands with no specialist wicket keeper in this tournament found it strange. While there is someone behind the stumps, he's not a specialist wicket keeper, we understand. And this is not no nonsense mood, because Guerra, well, he was particularly brutal on that one, and it was sort of reminiscent of Brian Lara sending somebody over the onside. So just maybe The Santa Cruz blood is flowing in his veins, for real.
Quite possible there, Jason. You look at him, how he got onto that one really quickly and just lifting it way over the boundary ropes. A big 6. That would definitely boost his confidence.
Guerra again. He thought there was a single. He was maybe a little bit too ambitious there. But he was put in check by his partner, wisely so.
Yeah, it does look to be a pretty aggressive batter. His confidence. Really seems to be a busybody out there. Likes to feel bat on ball. Will make for an interesting next few overs.
Nyan Davis is continuing to entice him outside the off stump, trying to get him to be a little bit expansive in his stroke play, but Guerra is still in check. He's basically bowling a ball on a string, this young Davis chap. He has bowled 3, 4 consistently in that spot, looking to induce some sort of lavish drive from Guerra, but Guerra not paying him any mind to it, just staying in his half and giving him all the respect he deserves.
Yeah, quite interesting battle there between Davis and Guerra. You look at Guerra, his bat lift, everything tells you that, look, I'm here to score runs, and if you bowl anything that I believe is nonsense, I'm going to deal with it.
These overs are running by. Trinidad and Tobago are 96 for 6. 96 for 6. We're in over number 24.
Yeah, Patel just continuing to keep that delivery on a good length. Really doing some outstanding work there, Patel. I think he has settled in nicely. Seems to be enjoying his bowling spell so far.
Should have done better with that, obviously. These are vital runs now, because when you give away runs like that so cheaply in the field, it can come back to haunt you. And I know a lot of folks would say, well, don't worry, they're just under 13. But they're old enough. As a matter of fact, I would tell you now that Australia has introduced cricket as a subject in one of its schools moving forward for the new term. So now you can study cricket. And those in Form 1s in that region, and what is palatable to Form 1s, they're way under 13. So if they are way under 13 and cricket has been introduced as a subject now at their academic, in their academic pursuits, it could only tell what the future will hold in that part of the world.
Yeah, quite interesting, and I think the Australians are showing how serious they are in ensuring that cricket remains one of the dominant sports.
Patel has gone for 11 already on his spell. Just 2 runs coming off this over so far for him. He's put him down. He's put him down. Well, he's put him down. That's Jeshron Joseph, dropping what was a sitter, a regulation catch. Yeah, was right there. That should have been taken. He should be disappointed.
Yeah, Patel will feel hard done there. I think he set it up really nicely. He's bowled quite a few deliveries on the wicket, and this time he just drew him out a bit, asking him to drive that one good length. He did, but unfortunately the catch was not taken.
Well, the previous deliveries, he kind of rushed it through And the last one, he held it back just a little bit, and the batsman was into the shot a little bit too early, came off a little higher on the bat, and the catch going down, sadly so. But Trinidad and Tobago continues. They're 98 for 6 inside over number 25.
Yeah, the spinners from the Windwards doing a good job in terms of moving the over rate a bit. They're certainly getting through their overs quite quickly.
Technically sound in their batting so far. We've seen a few false strokes being induced, but they've shown themselves to be technically correct for the most part, these young Trinidadians. Let's see what the Windwards would have to offer when they get their turn at the wicket. It's a good shot. That's a good shot. He waited on it and timed it to perfection and picked up a comfortable 2. That's good batting.
Yeah, really good, outstanding batting. Just using the pace of the ball and guiding that one past the man there at square, backward square, and just picking up a relatively easy couple. Again, good delivery. And then what is interesting though is that the fielders,
there's more runs here for sure. 1, they're going to look for 2. They could probably get 3. But maybe they're not as strong as those 5 and 10 years older than them, so they have to settle for 2. But it was 2 laboring runs, but 2 more added to the total, and the 100 comes up for Trinidad and Tobago. 100 coming up in over number 25. And Cahill Thomas on 21, and Guerra is there on 8. Again. This time Patel dropping one, was dropped off his bowling the previous over, and now he has dropped one. A sitter again at first slip. Catches win matches, so they've got to do a whole lot better than that. Maybe they need to induce a little bit of a velcro to these young fellas, because they need to hold on to these deliveries.
Yeah, they certainly, the Windwards have been guilty of, losing concentration somewhat. They've been really sharp in the first half of this game, and you see since over number 20, or since about over number 18, you begin to see, that sort of lethargic effort coming from them, and it has resulted in 2 drop catches off both the spinners. So they need to regroup and really get themselves, strong to finish the remaining overs.
So Clyde Rondell John will refresh himself for just a minute. And the Rafael Crony, who we only allowed 5 minutes for his refresher. He's back in the hot seat already. In the meantime, Patel the attacking style of Guerra. Guerra is we did mention, Crony, that there's no specialist wicketkeeper in this Windwards squad, and it's showing up now more than anything else, because couldn't come around Saint-Hilaire. That's young Aaron Saint-Hilaire, and more buys. He wasn't too far from the leg stump either, but he's not a big young man. He has limited reach. Well, this is explosive. And Guerra has sent him for a maximum 6 runs. And the replay would show there's some Santa Cruz style in him. Look at it, Crony.
Yeah, superb shot. He got to the pitch of it and lifted it beautifully over long on for 6. Now, as you said, Jason, I think we have seen some little flaws with the keeping, and one, it's unfortunate the keeper, I think, got injured, and we've seen some areas where really some buys went, and even with the overthrows, you know, some of them would have passed and so forth. But as you say, he's a youngster, and probably should only improve from where he's at the moment.
This time he has freed his hand some more, and boy, that was beautiful. Guerra was beautiful in playing that one. It gave it the full hammer and the handle.
Yeah, superb shot. Ball again, over toss outside the off stump, and look at him put his foot and really stroked it beautifully. And the fielders in the cover just had to look at it, and it went down to the boundary for 4. So good positive batting. 2 beautiful shots that was played, hit over long on, and then that shot in the cover area, and really race across the top for 4. So Guerra, he's on 18 from 14, and thus shows that he loves to put the bat to the ball.
Don't give up, don't give up. They get him, they get him.
Trinidadian team traveled to Grenada with a lot of the parents of these young men as well, so they've been getting some good support.
Yeah, and this is so important for the young players. We have seen that over the years as we come to the end of the over. Probably seen that over the years where parents are traveling with their sons or daughters in sports, and that can only give a really big encouragement to the players. And Trinidad is noted for that, as we hear in the background the applause and the support for the team. Certainly, it will only inspire the players to do a lot better.
116 for 6 at the end of over number 26.
Yeah, pretty good. 116 for 6. Thomas 21 from 41, and Gura 18 from 15. And both of these players seem to be positive players.
And the captain has introduced himself. That's Nyan Davis. He's from the Nature Isle of Dominica. This is Windward Islands team.
Yeah, I think he being the vice captain, I think.
Oh, he's a vice captain.
Yeah.
Coach me!
He is from Dominica, isn't he?
Yeah.
All right.
Captain also from Dominica, Joseph.
In the meantime, this young Trinidadian wearing number 17, that's Guerra. Guerra has been very attacking. He has come to the wicket and he has raced to 19 of 17 deliveries. He has been explosive with a massive blow for 6 and then driving lavishly for 4. And since coming to the wicket, the run rate has increased for Trinidad and Tobago. even if they don't come off the bat, they're going to come by way of buys. An easy 2. Have you noticed that the wicketkeeper is using a batting pad for his wicket-keeping duties?
Yeah, I do believe probably keeping pad is normally smaller than the batting pad.
It's a good shot. It was timed. Unfortunately, he could only get 1 from it because he just used the pace of the delivery. But it was neatly timed, and he picked up 1 for it. That's good batting by Thomas. So he's done pretty well. Thomas has moved on to 23. Trinidad and Tobago 121 for 6.
Yeah, Thomas has played a good hand. I think when he came in, he looked very positive when he came in, pushing the ball around. But also has shown the ability that he can really dig in, push it around. And that shot he played, it was in full control. No rush, got on top of it and steered it nicely down to short third man and picked up the single.
Well, we have an interruption looming, and it's possible that we will have it because there's a little drizzle coming down, and has the possibility to get a little heavier because the atmosphere looks very dark, and even now you can see that those heavy clouds are outside there, and those heavy clouds within that region, even that is up by the Catholic Church, Pisti Esperance Catholic Church. Those clouds would normally move away from the ground, but when they're that thick and heavy, well, anything is possible.
Yeah, I still believe as we see the groundsmen are making preparation, that area where the rain comes from, that although it's on the overcast side, but it just does not, it seems to be blowing to our right. And if it continues going that direction, we probably might be saved from some showers.
Jeshwan Joseph is the new bowler, and this one is driven uppishly, and he will get some runs. It could run out to the boundary. Will it does it have the legs? No, just inside the ropes. That's good work. And another 2 runs again. So Trinidad and Tobago picking up their scoring rate. They have gone to 124 for 6. Inside over number 28. And Jeshwan Joseph, he has a lot of work to do.
Yeah, being a captain, again, another Dominican. He coming back in his second spell. I picked up 1 wicket in his first spell.
So even when the expansive drives don't come, Trinidad and Tobago has been very well able to pick up easy singles, just nudging it around here and there, and just going into the spaces and picking up ones. So they've kept the scoreboard ticking. Thomas is very respectful to Joseph. Cahill Thomas, he's from the village of on that area in Trinidad that's called Couva. That's more to the central, lower central, into the southern part of Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, you certainly, Jason, will have a good idea of all around Trinidad and Tobago.
Ah, that's a good shot. And, we've had some good cricketers coming from the that area referred to as South Trinidad. And Couva is a little bit more central than South, but the umpire will call for the covers now. The downpour gets a little bit heavier, and they are going to hold play for a while. 125 for 6. inside over number 20, well, at the end of over number 28 actually. Trinidad and Tobago 125 for 6, with Cahill Thomas on 26 from 49 deliveries, and Guerra, he's on 20 from 19 deliveries. And Guerra really came to the party when he came up, and he was explosive and smashing the ball around and taking the attack to the Windward Islands, and he has pegged them back, the attack of the Windward Islands, somewhat. So the downpour has come. It's been very heavy now, as you can see. And what we will do, just to look at the scorecard for a brief moment: Joseph won for 26, Williams won for 18, Samuel and John also won apiece, 15 and 16 respectively. And the big scores, of course, coming from Cahill Thomas. He's outside there, not out on 26. Guerra is with him on 20. And those are the top scores for the Trinidad and Tobago under 13. This inaugural series between Trinidad and Tobago and the Windward Islands, with a reciprocative series to come in 2025, which will be played in Trinidad. But now we're in the beautiful Spice Isle of Grenada, and rain is down, and we will come back after the rain and continue this one. So until then, while the rain comes, we recess, and we will keep you up to speed.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, when we ended off a few moments ago, just under an hour or so, we did tell you that the downpour was particularly heavy, and the results are there to show. The picture on your screen tells it all. Look up at the right-hand corner of your screen. You can still see some heavy clouds there, and it's even lower. That means that there probably will be some more downpour as we go through the course of the afternoon here. It is just around 1:27 local time. And rain has abandoned play here at the Lassages playing field in this inaugural series between these two cricketing countries in the Caribbean, the Windward Islands under 13 and the Trinidad and Tobago under 13. This is the first time that these two teams are playing in a competition like this at the under 13 level. And it's sad that the game has been abandoned, but through no fault of ours, it's an act of nature, and the Almighty had his way. And rain has halted play for the rest of the day, so there will be no more cricket today. The ground staff has they did remove the covers when the rain subsided a few moments ago, but the downpour was so heavy that even in the areas of the bowlers run up and just a small portion of the wicket to the river end, the main road end, the river bank end, that portion of the wicket too has been compromised. So basically, based on that and the fact that the both run-ups are particularly damp, and then the outfield in itself, because of the heavy downpour, there was some pools here and there, and they were particularly large as well. So because of that, rain has abandoned play. Our next match is scheduled for Monday the 26th, and right here, 10 o'clock, weather permitting, of course. But until we meet again on Wednesday, on behalf of our team, Raphael Croney, Clyde Rondell, John, and all of us here at TR Communications, my name is Jason Skeet, and we will send you back on to your way to do your regular Saturday stuff, because rain has abandoned play here at the Lassages playing field between the under 13s, the Trinidad and Tobago, versus the Windward Islands. We see you on Monday, God's willing.